Hello chickens and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you haven't already, then please do subscribe. So today I'm gonna do like my real basic, like every single day go to holy grail, any other word that fits that sentence, makeup look whilst answering your guys like Q&A, get to know me styled questions. I used to do so many Q&As on my stories and you guys used to love them, but like it's so hard because I'm such like a talky person. I just want to rant, and like obviously you only have like so much time on the little story thing, and I'm always watching it and I'm like, in the back of my mind I'm like, I gotta wrap this up. So it's like I can't be my normal self and like really go into your guys' questions. So I've come to my studio to film because this place is like my little relaxation bubble. But let's hope this video goes well, because I just went to go get a coffee from Costa for this video, and I don't know if you can see with the cup, it's like it's not balanced. Can you see that? So like when I put it down, if you can see, if I let go of that, it's going to the side. Like, could my day get any worse? Now I'm having to like lean it up, and I just know that's gonna go on the floor. It's like I don't know how to just sort of push it on the floor now just to get it over and done with so I can clean it up, because I know it's gonna happen. Right, I'm gonna set you guys up. I feel like here's quite cute. Let's go with that. I actually never really get like an iced coffee from the actual coffee shop. I only get the little like cold ones you get in like a corner shop. I know that sounds so weird, but they taste different. I don't even care what you say, they taste different. Like getting an iced coffee like this from a shop, I'm like, it's so coffee-y, but like the sweet, yummy little iced coffees in the shop, they don't taste like coffee. So I'm not sure what's gone on in my mind as to why I've gone through a drive-through and got a Costa, because I don't do that. To be honest, that's actually nice. So I screenshotted all my favourite questions and I've put them in a little folder, and we can just go through them, get to know one another. Right, I might have to put my hair up because I can't do my makeup with my hair down. Like I just can't, like it's really overstimulating. I just need to put it up. I just gave my face a little clean with micellar water, and now I'm going to use the Bioma moisturising gel just before I put any makeup on. I love moisturisers that feel like a clear, like cooling gel, and this is definitely one of them. I was actually nervous to do a Q&A because it's like the self-deprecating side of me is like, who the hell cares about anything to do with your life? Shut the hell up. I need to remind myself that I actually do have a page that people follow and they are interested in me, but I struggle to believe. I struggle to believe it. Isn't it so weird that everyone just has that voice inside their head that like just wants them to fail? Like you'd think like that built in you would be your biggest like supporter. It's not that way. It's like everyone's so anti themselves all the time. It's so weird and so annoying. I guess that's why like confidence is so attractive when you see them people that walk into a room and they're just like bosh, like they don't care. That's probably why they're so attractive, because it's so rare. My everyday makeup bag here, which I'm going to be taking everything from because I want this to be a true representation of my every single day. So I'm just going to get my brow stuff out because I always start with my brows, and then we'll do the first question. So for my brows I'm using Soap Brows by, is it WBC? I bang on about this all the time because I genuinely don't use anything else, and I have had this same pot since I started slicking up my brows. And if you go back on my socials, you will know I've been slicking up my brows for a long time, and it's absolutely not even gone yet. I always say that, but I'm so amazed. I'm so amazed that I use this every day and it is still so full. Like I don't know if I've just got a mysterious one, because my friend actually has this and I looked at hers and hers is like completely to the end, like dented, and I told her to get this. I was like, what the hell? I was like, how have you used that much? Like maybe this is like a little glitch in the Matrix one and it just doesn't go down. Bargain for me though. So the first question, which I thought was a really good starter, how did you start social media? Guys, I didn't start social media. I literally did not do anything. Like this was not in the plan for Izzy Rogers, okay? This was not in the plan. All I did was get seriously depressed about my skin, to the point where I did not leave the house. Like I didn't leave the house, like fully. I would lie to work, I would like make up stuff because I was like, I can't go, I can't do it, I can't let anyone see me because I hate myself so much. And it got to such a bad point that I like sat down with my boyfriend and we kind of worked out that the main thing that I was like scared of and fearing was that people would think that I was a fraud, because I was like editing my photos, I was doing all that stuff to like hide what was actually going on. And I was scared of bumping in, weirdly, I was scared of bumping into people from school because I thought they would look at me and be like, oh, she's gone downhill. I don't know why I cared about that. Like who cares if I've gone downhill? I'm clearly not going to look like I used to look in school. But yeah, it bothered me for some reason. So we kind of worked out, okay, so what could we do to sort this out and to help? And it was, let's post a picture online of my skin, get it out there, so then it just becomes common knowledge. When I see people, they're not gonna like glance at it, and I know they're not gonna be like, oh, her skin's a bit bad. They're just gonna be like, oh yeah, Izzy's got acne. Like, it's just like a common knowledge thing, and that's what I wanted it to be. Like, I didn't want it to be this big hyped up thing that I had it in my head. So I took this picture and I was all hyped up and I was like, yeah, let's do it, sounds great. And then I was like, no. Reality came in and I was like, no, silly idea. Don't know what drugs I was on at the time, and I was thinking about that because that is not happening here. And then months passed, like literally months, and then I remember I had it up on my phone one time and I sat next to my boyfriend. I was like debating it again, and then I was like, no, silly, I'm not doing it. And then practically he took my phone and posted it for me, and that was how I started social media. Like, I wasn't like, oh, I want to be a skinfluencer. No, I just did it to save myself. That one post blew up, and then I guess people just liked it, and then it just sort of happened. Now we're here, and I'm making a YouTube video Q&A in my studio. That is mine. Someone also asked, what did I do before social media? Before I get into that, I'm gonna fill in my brows. This is the same brand of the soap brows, but it's just a pencil. There's no real reason why I use this one. I think it's just so well colour matched to my eyebrows that I just love it. Also, like, my eyebrows, they're kind of grey. Like, they're kind of like an ashy, I mean, my hair naturally, you can see my roots coming through. It's like ash. I have the worst hair colour. Like, it's like fag ash. Maybe I'm just grey. To be honest, my mum went grey at like 20. So maybe I am just grey. And I just haven't known because I've dyed it all the time. I hope not. Well, to be fair, I wouldn't mind. I'd probably rock it. Anyway, what was that question? Oh yeah, what did I do before social media? This is weird because it's so weirdly like linked kind of to what I do now. But I did creative advertising. So I went to university. I did a creative advertising course. There's only like 3 courses, I think, of creative advertising in the whole of the UK. I'm arty and creative, and pretty much at the end of sixth form, I literally searched, what can I make the most money in creativeness? And then there was a list, and the top of the list was creative advertising. And then I was like, uni degrees, creative advertising. And I just went and done it. Like, that is honestly like the thought process. There really was not much behind it. I'm gonna keep picking up to show you because the lighting's not very good. These are my brows. I always do my concealer next. Now I'm actually gonna have to get up and go look in my concealer drawer and get another one because this one's dead. It's dead in the water. I talk about this all the time. Again, this is a Tarte concealer. I think this is Spenny. I know this is Spenny actually, by the way people talk about it online. I was sent it, so I haven't even seen how expensive it is, but I think it is. It's so good. It's a shame because I'm gonna have to buy another one. Like, I will have to do that because it is really good. I might even be able to scrimp a bit out. I've been really like spinning the rim around. Oh wow, that really did work. I got loads out. Jesus, I've not even drunk any coffee and I've just had a massive, you know when it just goes down to your poo cave and you're like, wow, I have to open that cave like soon. On to the next question. I get this question all the time, and that is, how did I meet Lou? Guys, Lou, I've never met a man like Lou, like in my life, and I actually don't think that I will. Even my friends and family will say like, you will not meet someone again that's like Lou. You know that trend online that's like, oh, I've got a golden retriever boyfriend. Like, I think Lou was the original golden retriever boyfriend. Like that, like, he's just the sweetest. He's so everything I could ever want. I've never been with anyone either where it's like I'm absolutely my rawest, most truest self, and I can be like so weird and so like crazy, and we just laugh like actual best mates. Anyway, I've gone on a tangent. How did I meet Lou is the original question. So funny, but it was my mum. This was all my mum. I love telling this story because it's actually really funny. So I was at uni and I'd recently had some drama with a boy. I was trying to get over said boy, and mum sent me a picture. Mum sent me a picture of Lou because she worked with Lou. So my mum works in a golf club and Lou was the chef there. And I remember I was sat with my friends, and my friends even remember it. She sent a picture and she was like, don't even worry about what's happened. Don't even worry. There is such a cute boy at my work. She went, he's so lovely. Everyone loves him. He's so funny. He drives a lovely car. Izzy drives a lovely car. I was like, Mum, I don't care. And I remember looking at the photo, bless him. He's a gorgeous boy, but he's not photogenic. And Mum picked a photo from him from like 2001, like when he left school. So I was like, what the hell? No, Mum, get out of my face. Anyway, that ship sailed. That was just a fleeting moment while I was at uni. I finished uni and was struggling to get a job like straight away in creative advertising in London because it's quite hard. So yeah, my mum was like, why don't you come and work at the golf club, like be maybe a waitress just for a while, just so you can like get some money to get by. By this point, I didn't even remember this whole conversation we had about this chef boy. Like, I knew there was a young chef that worked there, but like it wasn't like on my mind, if you know what I mean, like, oh, I'm gonna meet this person, because I was like, yeah, no mum, just shut up. Anyway, the day of my first shift came. Now, this is gonna sound like I'm lying, and I swear on my life, actually don't cross your fingers, that means you're lying. I don't know what to anatomically do to show you that I'm not lying. I turned up, I was waiting in the bar, talking to my mum. He opened the door and like walked through, and I saw him and we locked eyes, and it sounds ridiculous. I knew from the very second that he walked into the room, like we crossed each other in the bar. I knew, like I was like, oh my God. Like I just was like, wow. I don't know, I just literally feel like I just fell in love with him there and then. That's just ridiculous, but I actually feel like I did. And then I obviously went into the kitchen where he was working, and for that entire day, like there's like a middle bit where like the chefs would cut up stuff and do things one side and the waitress would be the other side. I was pretty much that side, and for the whole shift we were just literally looking at each other talking, and he was just asking me so many questions. Like I just remember being like, I've never met a boy so interested in me. Like when we're first talking, like he was so interested in actually getting to know me. Like I know that sounds so cringe, but like he genuinely was. And like the way we were looking at each other, like I didn't know this boy at all. Like he was a total stranger, and just like, I don't know, I just knew. And when I speak to him about it, he's like, so did I. And like everyone in the kitchen, even my mum, like they'd walk past and go, and it was just so cute and funny. So yeah, that was how me and Lou met. Now I'm gonna go in with the Pink Honey face frosting. Ovs saw this on TikTok. If you want like a bronzer contour vibe that's mistake proof, I would get this because the way it blends is just beaut. Next question someone asked is, do you ever want to get married? This is such a funny subject for me because like I really don't know what I want for myself. And like as I'm growing older, I'm trying to work out whether I think this because of influence on my life or I actually genuinely think this for myself. Like I'm not sure, but like my mind has always, and I've always said no. And I've even said to Lou, and I said to Lou when I met him, like, no, I don't know if a lot of girls have, but like I've never envisioned myself walking down the aisle. I've never envisioned myself in a white dress or like doing anything like that. My parents aren't married, and pretty much everyone in my family that got married is divorced, and everyone that isn't married in my family is still together. Obviously there's the odd couple where it's different, but like that's the consensus. So like that's what I've grown up around. And obviously like my mum and dad aren't married, and a few times they've said like that's probably what saved us. And my dad's always said to me like, you don't need a piece of paper to prove that you love someone. And I think as a young girl hearing that, it's just drilled into me, and maybe that's why I never had these like thoughts about getting married, because I was just like, yeah, it's not gonna happen. Obviously falling in love with Lou, a part of me is like, oh, maybe I do. And like the one thing I've always said about marriage, and I do think that I actually believe this, I don't think this is just because of what I've been influenced around me, I think that marriage is done so backwards. Like you meet someone, you're in that honeymoon like wrapped up phase, and that's where you choose to marry someone. Like in my mind, marriage should be like a reward, as like a celebration of like how far you've come. Like to me that seems like the right way around. So maybe me and Lou will be a couple that do it like in their older age as like a celebration that we've had this life together. I don't know why that just feels more special to me, but I don't know, who knows, I could be engaged next year. I'm so erratic. Blusher, guys, I'm absolutely obsessed with this one from Too Faced. There was one of these shades that went viral. This will be handy to know actually, because I was gutted that I couldn't get the viral shade. This is the closest one I could find. This is called Cloud Crush. I actually think I'd prefer this one to the viral one, because the viral one is even like of a more lighter pink, but this already is beautiful. I think this is actually perfect, so I don't even know if I would even get the viral one if it does come back in stock, because this one just is perfect. This is where we are so far. I don't even know how long this is. Like I hope this isn't going to be like hours long, because I'm proper nattering. Also, similar to the other question, someone asked, do you want kids? There has never been a moment in my soul of not wanting children. Like I find kids annoying sometimes, and I'm like, oh god, that's weird. Like why am I finding you annoying? I shouldn't find you annoying, I should find you adorable. I obviously still find kids annoying, but like it's dramatic because I'm only 25, but like especially as a 25-year-old, my heart has never longed more for like nurturing something, and I can really feel the thoughts. Like I even dream about it. Like it's very like, I feel like I'm coming into that phase of my life where like that's important to my soul. I'm gonna do my eyeliner now. My everyday one is this Lancome one. It's brown. I've changed to both brown eyeliner and brown mascara, and has it transformed me? Yes. With my flicks, I've said this trick before, but never go over your crease, otherwise it will look awful. And that's my eyeliner, guys. See, if you go underneath that crease, it always looks good. Okay, let's go for another question. How am I so confident in my skin and my body? I get this a lot, obviously, because of the nature of my page. But to be real, I have never been a confident person in my body, in my skin. I had an eating disorder when I was younger. I've always been very, very into my core an insecure person. So this like new person that I have become is not like me. I just want to set that out because I've not always been this way, so I can definitely give advice on how to get here, because believe me, I've never been here before. And I honestly think it probably is down to social media and the way this has panned out. And I think in a way, if you believe in manifestation, like I think I manifested these thoughts about myself. Like that sounds ridiculous, but as I said before, when I was posting stuff, I wasn't actually, like in the very beginning, I wasn't actually thinking what I was saying, like all these positive posts about my skin. I never actually thought it in that moment, but I think I was writing it every day. It was like my Instagram actually was this like manifestation diary where I was writing every single day these good things about myself and posting it to you guys. And I think somewhere along the way I accidentally believed it. Whoops. Now look at me. I can look at this, I can look at these, and I feel fine. And if you guys want a little bit of advice, and I say this all the time, I've said it on a few podcasts because I think it's so good. If you feel so badly insecure about yourself, whether it be skin, body, this might be a little bit more challenging for people, but if you feel bad about yourself, about anything, start an Instagram page. I know you're laughing right now, ha ha ha, absolutely not. I'm talking about a private Instagram page. Start a private Instagram page. At first, just have yourself on it. Make it your own little private diary. Post your pictures without makeup on, showing your acne, do your captions, and little by little add people you trust on there, your friends, your best friend, your mum. Start adding people, and then when you start to believe it, like I've done this all publicly, I could have done this way privately, but once you start believing it and you start believing the manifestation in the posts that you're doing, and you start getting confident in posting yourself and showing your true self, take it off private. Be like, hello bitches, this is me, like it or lump it. And by that point you would have written out so many goddamn captions of self-love, you're gonna start believing it like almost too much. Do you know what I mean? And that's where I am now. Clearly by my page, my Instagram page and TikTok, I don't have shame. I don't have shame in the way I look, like, and it shows. So yeah, if you're watching this thinking you might get some tips out of it, if that's all you take from it, this has been a bloody good YouTube video for you to watch. I better be the bloody first friend you have on that private account, alright? Now I'm going to sort my lashes out. So every day I always curl my lashes, and pretty much I use the same mascara all the time, and it's this YSL one. Purely because one of the only mascaras that I found that's like proper brown. Like when I put it on, it looks brown, which is so lovely. Like sometimes it's like, this is a brown mascara, and you get it and it's like, mate, that's black. So yeah, that's why I love this one. And also it's just genuinely good. Right, let's look through some other questions. Curling your lashes makes such a difference. Like if I look like a rat in the morning and I curl my lashes, I'm like, wow, I'm actually so pretty. Like literally that close to each other. Like rat, curl your lashes, pretty. Like it's actually mental. Someone said, would you ever do a meet and greet? Oh my god, I would actually love to. I would love to, but again, like I said at the beginning, my self-deprecating side is like, that is so attention seeking, you horrible human being. Who's gonna come and see you? So if I can get over that, maybe one day I will. But I would love to meet you guys. I always get people messaging me like, can we be friends? And I'm like, please, like actually please. I would love more friends, like honestly, especially girls. I feel like we live for friendships. Like I live for my girl friendships. I live for them. Like if I fall out with my friends, which I never do, but like that shit hurts me more than when I fall out with a boyfriend. I don't care about you, male species. I don't care if you hate me. But if it's a woman, I'm like, I can't live knowing that I've upset you. Like also, if you're not one to like doing your bottom lashes, using brown, it's so much less obvious. Like that just looks sort of like natural, doesn't it? Because it's brown and it's not jet black. Sorry, I keep looking in the viewfinder because I'm just looking at how beautiful I look right now. Now for highlighter, you've probably seen this feature so much. This is Estee Lauder. It says Bronze Goddess, which always confuses me because this ain't a bronzer, but it is a gold highlighter. It's stunning. It's absolutely stunning. And I've had it and used it for so long. And look, the print isn't even gone. The print is barely gone. Like this is going to last me a long time, which is lovely because I use it every day. I just whack that here, a little bit on my head, and then I take it down the nose. Now this is so extra, but I honestly have been doing this every day. I got this freckle pen. What's it even called? QIC, I think. I literally got it from Amazon and it is so good. And I always draw, well, I don't always, this is since holiday, I was drawing freckles on and I was like, wow, I'm actually well cute with freckles, and now I can't stop drawing them on. I draw a little beauty spot there, and then I just do the odd little cluster on my nose. Rub it in. Right, let's do another question. Someone asked me this in one of my last Q&As, but I thought I'd add it to this one because I think it's an interesting one. Purely because I think this job is so idolised and I think I'm in such a great position to like give some home truths. So someone asked, first. Favourite and least favourite things about being an influencer. Best thing about it by far is the experiences and the money. I know that's two. I couldn't break it down. So the experiences being like the events you get to go to. Like next month I've been invited to New York. Like what? Like things like that. It's like mental. Like the experiences and the world that it opens you up to is mental, and the money, like financially, it's so good. The worst thing I would say, I have not experienced the most, I'm not going to go too deep into it because I'm just not even ready like mentally to, but the depth of, how do I put it, loneliness and like depression and all that stuff that I have felt since doing this job is something I wouldn't have even been able to imagine I could physically feel. When you go to work, you have this whole other life, like this whole other world, like your work friends, your boss, your blah blah blah, like all of this stuff in your work world, that's gone. And a lot of the time it is just you. Every single day I'm alone. Like when you wake up in a bad mood and you like commute to work and you see your colleagues, it's like you come out of that mood. And by the time you go home and have your dinner, you've like forgotten. You're out of that place, you've spoken to people. Like when I wake up and I'm in a dark headspace, I continue to be in that headspace for the full entire day. So I think when you're sat there like idolising it, or like even thinking like, oh, they get paid so much money and like all they have is luxuries, it isn't. I know probably once you get big and you've got a whole team working for you and you're not lonely, it's great. But for people like me who are like just kind of like your bottom influencer who's just like makes good money but is on her own, it's bad. It is bad. Obviously, like any job, it has its perks, but I think I'd love people to understand more of like the downside. So this is the freckles, guys. I don't know if you can see them very well on the camera. They're really subtle, but that's how I like it. And then I do a nice mole there. Isn't that cute? Right, now I'm gonna line my lips. Like the curling of the lashes, when I line my lips, I'm like, wow, you're 10-10. This is just one from Bare Minerals. I like it because it's just like a lovely fleshy colour. For every day, I don't want anything extravagant, just like slightly darker than flesh. I like this lip liner, but it's actually not my favourite, so I'm not sure why I do use it every day. It comes off a little bit easy, which I don't love, but the colour's nice. Also, another one that someone asked, I actually feel like people ask me all the time, is have you ever been on Accutane? I have never been on Accutane. There was one time where I was like, right, I am going on it. I'm going on it for sure. And I think you guys probably know the story, but I waited 3 years for a dermatology appointment. I was on the waiting list for 3 years. This was because it was during COVID, but still, regardless, that is terrible. And during them 3 years, I was like, I'm going on Accutane, I'm going on Accutane. And as the 3 years went on and I was still waiting for my appointment, I wasn't as desperate for it because at that point, I was willing to sacrifice the side effects just to have it gone. As I got more happy with myself and who I am and felt comfortable in who I am, I thought these side effects, they're not worth it. Now, this is the lip gloss that I use every day. This is just a collection. Like, I think it's like an oil one. Well, yeah, it's coconut oil because it isn't sticky. When it first got sent to me, I was like, no, that just looks sticky. Don't that just look sticky? I was like, get that out of my face, I'm not using it. And then I put it on the other day and I was like, oh my God, this is so nice. So I've been using it every day since. Let me sort my hair out and then I'll show you the final look. And I'm ready for the day. Let me give you a bit of a close up. So this is the makeup that I will do whenever I'm leaving my house, essentially. I love it. I feel like whenever I do this look, like I'm not worried about my skin anymore. Like it's just the perfect amount of cute, pretty, glowy, where I just feel confident to go outside and it don't even take me long. And the little freckles. Anyway, thanks so much for watching my Q&A. I hope you found out a little bit more about me. And if you followed me for donkey's years, I'm sorry you had to sit through that because you've probably heard them stories. I feel like I definitely could have gone more juicy and more deep. I feel like I'll leave that for when we build more of a family on YouTube. But yeah, whether I'm in the background of you getting ready or you're sat intensely watching me, thank you for watching. Honestly, I'm loving this little YouTube thing. And I'm just manifesting that one day I'm gonna have a huge family on YouTube and I'm gonna get one of them little plaque things and I'm gonna hang it up in my studio. I love you chickens so bloody much, so much. And I will see you in my next video. I have a big announcement soon, by the way, so make sure you keep your eyes peeled.